This is the first edition of Let's Talk Marriage for the year 2021. Yes, I won't make that mistake of saying 2020. 2020 is gone, and this is a brand new year. Let me say Happy New Year to you on Let's Talk Marriage. My name is Rachel Ona, and of course, I have my colleague Chioma Aguero here. You'll get to hear her shortly. And today, we're featuring Pastor and Pastor Mrs. Ezekiel Udo of Faith Builders Family International Church. Um, can you say welcome to our audience?
Yeah, everybody, welcome. Happy New Year. God bless you.
You're welcome. Happy New Year. God bless you.
Okay. My name is Rachel Ona, and like I said, my colleague Chioma Aguero is here. We'll be anchoring the program together. Stay with us. All right. Like I said, you're welcome to the first edition of Let's Talk Marriage for the year 2020. Today we have Pastor and Pastor Mrs. Ezekiel Udo of Faith Builders Family Church. Chioma, can you say hello?
Compliments of the season, every one of you out there. We are back on Let's Talk Marriage.
Okay. All right, now without wasting time, Pastor and Pastor Mrs. Ezekiel, can you tell us your story? How did you meet? How did you meet? And you knew you were meant for each other. How did the journey start for you?
Yeah, I want to say,
Okay.
God bless you. I want to say that when it comes to the issue of marriage, I strongly believe that it's 80% physical and 20% spiritual. I will explain. I met my wife some years back, about 26 years ago, in the city of Owerri in Imo State.
Can you beat that?
By then I was a student.
Okay.
So I met her while I was a student in the school there in Owerri. That is where we met.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you start the journey of marriage?
Actually, it was not really immediately we met. We started the journey. I remember that back then I'll be following their pastor, who was my friend, to their community worshiping in the church that she's worshiping also. And then when I was about to graduate from the school, she also got admission in the same school, and she came in while we were just going out. And I didn't really know that we are going to become husband and wife later in life. We just got to know ourselves. We just become friends and Christian brother and sister. And I left the school. I went back to Calabar where I lived then. That was how the whole thing is, until afterward, the Lord, now when I started praying about marriage, the Lord reminded me the beautiful lady that I met in Owerri, that she's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, for you, madam, how did you know he's meant for you? How did you how did you know that he is your husband?
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, when I was praying that I want to settle down, and
Speak out.
okay,
Speak out.
okay. When I was praying that I want to settle down, I met my husband, as you have said, in the school. Then I prayed to God. God directed me that is the one. So when he came and approached me, then I have inner peace. I have that joy. And God confirmed me that he's my husband. That is how I know. Thank
Okay. All right, Pastor Ezekiel, now you will go into details now to tell us some of the challenges you faced in the process of getting married.
But
First of all,
before he says that, I think he should explain to us. He said marriage is 80%. Did you hear that? 80% physical and 20% spiritual. Please, can you throw more light on it, sir, please?
All right. I would like to explain that. It's my personal kind of belief that marriage is not 100% spiritual. It's 80% physical something and 20% spiritual. The 20% spiritual I'm talking about, it has to do by asking God to direct you, to lead you, to help you. But God will never give anybody wife. The Bible says, whosoever founded a wife, founded a good thing and obtained favor from the Lord. because God gave Adam a wife, and when it was time, when trouble came in, Adam began to ask God, the woman you gave to me. So from there, God said, go and look for it. So it's a physical something that you need to look and watch out and know what you need, the qualities, all the qualities that you need in the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, academically, spiritually, physically, financially, and otherwise. So these are physical something, it's not spiritual something. Okay. The spiritual aspect is to pray and ask God to guide you. But peradventure you refuse to ask God to guide you, you can still marry. That will not stop you getting married, but whatever you see is what you're going to get. So that is why I'm saying it's 20% spiritual.
Okay, we shouldn't try to over spiritualize it.
The whole thing,
because
yes.
it's more of a physical
Physical
thing.
something, yeah.
Okay. Now, both of you are from different tribes.
Yeah.
You're from Akwa Ibom,
Yeah.
while she's from Imo State.
Imo State.
Yes.
So it's an intertribal marriage.
Yes.
Can you tell us some of the challenges you faced because of intertribal marriage? Did you face any challenge?
Of course, back then, in the early 90s and the mid 90s, it was not very, very common to have somebody from my tribe, from my place, get married to somebody from another tribe. So when I came up with this very issue, my maternal uncle in particular was not very happy about it. It was like, we help you to go to school in Imo State, and you left the school and go and look for a woman there. He said all manner
They
of
sent you
things.
to go and do another. You went and started looking for a woman.
He was asking me if there are no women here in our place, that if I don't see any of them, he can help me to get one. So being a young man that I learned very early
How
in
old were
life.
you then when you started the journey?
By then I was 24.
24? And you're
Yes.
already desiring a wife?
Yes, 24. I have my reason of that.
So what was your reason?
Tell us.
My reason is that I so much value my spiritual life. Because when I repented at Calabar Polytechnic then, as a very young man, there is this lady that we used to move together that told me face to face that I give you 3 months, you will come back. And they did everything. She tried for me to backslide, no way. She started sending others with gifts and all manner of things. So having seen all those kind of things, and also knowing that God called me to preach, I really needed to make sure that I do everything to guide myself. So I took a decision. Nobody advised me. I took a decision that I'm going to marry very early. Yeah, I took that decision because I don't want anything that is going to bring shame to the name of the Lord or the ministry that the Lord has given to me. That was my decision. Nobody advised me.
Okay,
to
back to the intertribal thing.
Yeah, when it comes to intertribal kind of a thing, my uncle was not very happy about it. My father did not really say much because he just said, well, since it's your choice. But the next one was my church, though that one was a kind of their own way of doing things.
You faced some issues with the church.
Yes, I faced some
Okay.
issue with the church. Not that they told me not to marry, but they were like the wife of my general overseer then. She called my wife to be then and told her, I'm not sure you will be able to marry Ezekiel. Because he's a very...
Maybe she will tell us that part.
Yeah, she will be able to
okay,
say that.
okay.
Let me leave that for her. Because they feel that I'm a very principled man anyway. So coming to the family of the lady, the challenges was so much, especially the second brother was accountant in NAFCON then.
Okay.
The guy was so angry. Number one, he said he expected maybe one kind big guy to come and marry the sister.
And here is a very tiny.
Very tiny, skinny, 24 years old young man coming to marry. So he was like, what do you know about marriage? So during the time of
And you
traditional
don't even
marriage,
have any cash to show for it.
during the time of traditional marriage, he refused to come. He said, he's not coming. What is he coming to do there? He didn't come. Then during the traditional marriage, some women in their community in Bano, in Imo State, they gathered while the traditional marriage was going on. I sighted them one side, they were crying.
Really?
Yeah, they were crying. To me, I was thinking that they are crying because my wife is second to the last born of the family, a polygamous family. There are so many, and the mom loved her so much. But I later realized that they were crying that how long will it take our daughter to massage a stockfish to become a normal thing? Because I was very slim then, and they just look at the whole thing. So that become another challenge, another issue.
All right, let's hear from Madam. Yeah, first of all, the reaction of your family.
Okay, my family, they were so angry because when my father was alive, he always tell us that Akwa Ibom people, they don't call them Akwa Ibom that, and they call them Calabar. So anybody that from that side, they look at them as maybe they are witch, something like that. So when I came and told them that I'm getting married from there, all of them were against me. They were angry.